The superintendent has afforded the condemned an opportunity to make a last statement. He has declined to make a last statement.
Are you ready to tell him?
National TV counselors say parents should monitor what children are watching.
Did he mistreat you in any way, and if so, how?
He had violent fits of temper where he would hit me and he would tear up things in the house.
Was he good to the boy, Dusty?
He worshipped the ground Dusty walked on. That's all he lived for after he was born.
Well, can you think of any reason that he would include Dusty in this heinous crime?
No, I cannot. It's just unbelievable.
Cherry, bow, bow, bow. Cherry, cherry, bow, bow, bow. Cherry, cherry, bow, bow, bow. Bow.
Poe Elementary School bombing was a school bombing that occurred at Poe Elementary School in Boulevard Oaks, Houston, Texas, United States, on September 15th, 1959. 6 people, including the perpetrator and his own son, were killed. Paul Harold Orgeron, aged 49, a tile setter, ex-convict, and devout Christian, had recently moved from Altus, Oklahoma, to southern Houston, Texas, with his 7-year-old son, Dusty Paul. According to Orgeron's ex-wife, Hazel, they divorced twice due to spousal abuse. Orgeron briefly rented at a nearby boarding house using the pseudonym Bob Silver. The landlord later said that the father and son were quiet and had not caused any trouble. Orgeron attempted to enroll his son in 2nd grade at Edgar Allan Poe Elementary School, but was denied since he lacked birth and health certificates for his son. He left the school office, claiming he would return the next day with the documents. Moments after leaving the school office, around 10 a.m., Orgeron and his son approached a teacher, Patricia Johnston, on the school playground, who had been gathering her 2nd graders for their return to the classroom. Orgeron, carrying a brown suitcase, gave her 2 pieces of paper to read. She was unable to understand them since the notes were illegible. Orgeron muttered about, quote, having power in a suitcase, unquote, the will of God, and having to, quote, get to the children, unquote. Orgeron asked that the children gather around him, and, as he waved the suitcase around, Johnston became alarmed upon seeing a doorbell button on the bottom of the suitcase and instructed the students to return to the building. She also instructed 2 students to fetch the school principal, R.E. Doty, and the school custodian, James Montgomery, the only adult male in the school. When the principal and the custodian arrived, Orgeron ignored Doty's instructions to leave the school grounds. Then, Orgeron detonated the suitcase, which contained perhaps 6 sticks of dynamite. The blast was so massive that witnesses thought they were under a Soviet nuclear attack. The explosion claimed 6 lives, including both Orgeron and his son, 2 students, custodian Montgomery, and a teacher, Jenny Coulter. Of the 18 injured, Principal Doty suffered a broken leg, and 2 children each lost a leg. William Coulter, the son of Jenny Coulter, was a chief resident at Herman Hospital. He pronounced Jenny Coulter dead. There are plaques in the school to this effect. Credit must be given to Mr. Montgomery, the custodian, who walked over to the bomber and talked to him, allowing more teachers and children to get away. He died, saving the kids. The fatalities include Paul Harold Orgeron, 49, the bomber, Dustin Paul Orgeron, 7. Jenny Catherine Coulter, 54. James Arley Montgomery, 56. William S. Hawes Jr., 7. John Cecil Fitch, Jr., 8. The Texas National Guard was called out to protect other elementary schools in the blast's aftermath because the authorities were not certain whether the bomber had been killed in the blast. Police responded to find a 6-inch deep, 150-millimeter hole in the asphalt blacktop play area. Victims' mangled bodies were burnt. Some, including Doty, had their clothes ripped from them by the blast. One girl was blown over 100 feet away. Police thought the bomber might have escaped and have other bombs, so the school was evacuated. After completing a bomb search, a roll call by teachers showed that all students were present, except for those dead or injured. Very little of Orgeron was found. Only small body parts were recovered from the surrounding bushes, buildings, and homes. Orgeron's left hand was found in a hedge, indicating he had died in the blast. It was used to identify him through fingerprints, which were on file from prior convictions. His nearby station wagon contained explosives and an August 25th receipt for detonators and 150 sticks of dynamite from Grants, New Mexico, where Orgeron had been between leaving Altus and arriving in Houston. His prior convictions on safecracking perhaps explain his knowledge of dynamite. Police managed to decipher Orgeron's notes. The first note read, "Please do not get excited over this order I'm giving you. In this suitcase you see in my hand is filled to the top with high explosive, I mean high. Please believe me when I say I have 2 more, illegible, that are set to go off at 2 times. I do not believe I can kill and not kill what is around me. And I mean my son will go. Do as I say and no one will get hurt. Please, P.H. Orgeron." The second note read, "Do not get the police department yet. I'll tell you when. Please do not get excited over this order I'm giving you. In this suitcase you see in my hand, it filled to the top with high explosive. Please do not make me push this button. That's all I have to do. And also have two more cases, illegible, high explosive, that are set to go off at a certain time at 3 different places, so it will more harm to kill me. So do as I say, and no one will get hurt. And I would like to talk about God while waiting for my wife." Although previously not a religious man, Orgeron said he had recently, quote, "found God," unquote, according to family members who had attended Dusty's 7th birthday party at Dusty's grandmother's house just the Saturday before. Unlike school attacks in the early 21st century, there was no constant national and international media coverage of the Poe school attack. The school was open the next day, with approximately half of the students attending, with increases each day, even though cleanup and repairs were underway. HISD named 2 new elementary schools after victims of the attack: Coulter Elementary School in Meyerland and Montgomery Elementary School in southwest Houston.
So frustrated he couldn't get his 7-year-old enrolled in school, he came back to the school with a briefcase full of dynamite, killing himself and his 7-year-old son along with 2 other students, a teacher and a custodian. Several other children were injured, among them Gary Bowen, who is now 67 years old and who has seldom talked about his experience. Mr. Bowen, welcome to the Texas Standard.
Thank you for having me, David.
Why are you ready now to go public with your story?
Well, I guess I've heard and read everybody else's story, and that has helped me piece together the fractured memories I had of that day. We became aware that there was a problem when our teacher, Miss Johnston, began frantically calling to us and trying to get us to come to her so she could take us inside. Johnny and Billy had kind of peeled off to go see what was going on. As we were about to enter, all of a sudden there was this huge blast. And as I turned away, I noticed that everybody, including Billy and Johnny, just suddenly disappeared. The next thing I knew, I was sitting in an overstuffed chair in the foyer of the school, and a cafeteria lady was dabbing substance off of my left side, my neck, my face. Ultimately, what I had suffered was a concussion, but was not taken to the hospital. I was taken to my pediatrician as my mother got there quickly. And I returned to school after staying at home on Wednesday. I returned to school on Thursday.
Did you understand at the time what had happened? How did people explain to you this attack?
Stoically. It was something that we experienced. It was bad, it was terrible, but you've got to soldier on. That's kind of, it was the American way back then, you know?
How does it feel to talk about these incidents that happened 60 years ago?
Well, I've always been a student of history, and I've always thought to myself over the years that there might be something historical linked, that I am linked to, and I guess in a way this is it. And it's really not important that I'm the messenger, just so long as the message that I have is honest, truthful, and it has value to someone.
And in a nutshell, what would you say that message is?
Oh, I'm still working on that. It's not profound, believe me. It's, I guess it's a variation on the Rocky King thing. Can't we all get along?